We're on the show floor at High-End Munich.
It's been a lot of fun so far.
I think we should probably go over the story of how we got here.
So we started off in Ireland to go and see Sennheiser. It's like something out of a Seinfeld set.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to film inside the building, but we got some really cool shots of the outside to show you, so at least there's that.
Seeing a voice coil going from being wound to moved along to an isolated test chamber, tested, you can see the level of tolerance that they're applying to things, and it is very tight. A couple of pints of Guinness on the way, which is better in Ireland, by the way.
It's soggy.
From there, we went over to your neck of the woods,
Yep.
London. And we saw a few people around there. First, we went to Warwick Acoustic. We're headed to see Warwick Acoustic this morning. How's the headroom? At their super top secret facility.
Yep.
That was really, really cool. Couldn't do a ton of filming there.
Who wants tea?
They talked a lot about sustainability and stuff, things that I didn't really know that they were focusing on, but it's actually really cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the work that they're doing with the automation side of things is focused on lower energy usage, which particularly pertains to EVs, because obviously every watt that you can save makes a big difference. It was quite eye-opening, and obviously we can't talk too much about what we saw there either, but they've got some really cool stuff in the works, which...
So what can we talk about?
Well, we can talk about Chord.
That's true, we went by there, and I think that is going to be a video all by itself.
Absolutely.
Probably not posted before this one, but you should stick around and subscribe because we did a full factory tour of Chord with some interviews, and they just let us film everything. And then it was time for us to continue our journey on to Berlin.
Yeah, I've never been to Berlin before. That was my first time, and I had a great time. It's really, really nice.
The highlight of my trip there was seeing a capybara, which they're some of the coolest animals ever.
As soon as we got there,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so we don't have a visit or anything today. Is there anything in particular you want to do? And we need to go to the zoo. They have capybaras. We're going.
Okay, I pull up. I love them. They're so fluffy and fat and just, We took the Autobahn down to Munich, like last year, and went a little bit faster this time.
A little bit.
As you should. Finally arrived in Munich here the day before the show, and so began our journey through High-End.
Him on a scooter, it's amazing.
Sennheiser was nice enough to let us use their booth, which there's actually an HE1 on the other side of this curtain. They've been doing HE1 demos.
Yep.
We also saw the new Aria Organic.
Yeah, that's been a bit of a highlight, actually.
It is, yeah.
Because I've always been a big fan of the Aria. That's been one of my kind of go-to value headphones, excellent performance, super comfy,
Right.
and this is the best one.
I like that more than the other Aria that I have at home. Every show, I feel like there's like at least that one thing. There's a little bit, it feels a little more airy than the other one, but I'm also getting less of that, like, you know how the old one had a little bit of shout to it?
A little bit.
I'm not quite getting that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
More organic, I guess you could say.
That's a nice looking and feeling headphone. The new T+A system, I really liked that.
I think that's probably been my standout.
Yeah.
I would love to get to try those at home if I can.
It's a bit expensive.
A little bit. I think
45,000.
Yeah. Not super affordable, but if you sit just in the right spot, it's a bit mind-blowing.
It really is.
Yeah. You think you know what it sounds like when speakers disappear, and then you hear that.
That was, to me, in that sweet spot, that was like HE1 as a speaker.
Yeah. And lots of stuff which don't know if a video is coming yet, but I have enjoyed checking out. For me, one thing which is a little bit crazy, but still really cool, was the new Lotu Mjolnir desktop
Yeah.
amp. Well, I say desktop amp. It is technically a DAP, but it's about the size of a Ferrum Ball. It's big.
It has a touchscreen.
Yeah.
But it's a desktop amp. But it's a portable amp. But it's a DAP. But it's a desktop amp.
Yeah, and it sounds great. And it powered the DC-8 Stealth and Susvara really well.
There you go. There was another amp that powered Susvara really well.
Yes. It'll be on the screen. I believe it's the Khalees.
That was incredible.
I was really surprised.
Yeah, and we'll definitely have a video out on that at some point because we listened to it, thought, wow, this is amazing, and then connected them with or the guys from Headphones.com. So that seems to be a whole thing that might be happening. They might be bringing it to North America.
Yeah, I hope so, because there's with tube amps, there's not a huge number of headphone tube amps which can drive planars in general.
Well, it's a hybrid.
Yeah,
A hybrid that puts out 18 watts.
18 watts. So it did Susvara really well.
Yeah.
And they had a really cool Technics CD player setup as well. It wasn't just Cobas or anything. So
Yeah.
I like how they done all that.
Always, every show, stumble onto some hidden gems.
Yeah, you come for stuff that you see online and think, oh, I've been wanting to try that for ages.
Yeah.
And then the most memorable things are typically the things which you stumble across and go, oh wow, that's really cool. Another thing which we stumbled across was the HED Unity. That's a kind of interesting headphone.
It is.
Some of the tech behind it's really cool. It is a truly lossless wireless headphone.
Yeah, it uses Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, yeah.
The build is fantastic. The pads, I don't know actually how the pads are made.
The pads are nice.
They're really, really nice. I'm not a huge fan of the tuning.
The tuning could use a little bit of work.
It did. It's not
Yeah.
far off, but it could use a little bit of work. We found out that actually, and interestingly, part of that's down to how the measurements are being done and how the tuning was being done.
Yeah, because you don't see like super high-end wireless stuff that much, and now that's kind of starting to become more of a thing, and they're riding on the edge of that.
Yeah.
A few other interesting things we saw. Rawl on the CA1A
Yep.
is now doing these crazy hydro-dipped colors.
Yeah, you can get
That's
some like
super fun.
comic book colorways.
Yeah.
It's pretty funky.
Danny had a good point that a lot of things are just like either like wood or like black.
Or just black.
Yeah, so
everything.
It is kind of fun to see some more things like that. We also, actually sitting here a couple days ago, had ear scans made.
Yeah.
Because Sennheiser is doing custom IEM tips for the series IE200, 300, 600, 900.
Got the strangest compliment, which is that I have very nice ear canals. And speaking of things going inside your ears, probably one of the products which a lot of people are going to be thinking about and excited about, Chronicles Project Red, which launched just a couple days ago.
I'm just waiting for it to change over to 6.
There we go.
Red.
I've been using that for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I've been using it nonstop.
It's brilliant.
Every evening after the show, it's been in my ears. The big thing, though, I think, at the shows, of everything else, is the people. I kind of felt like re-energized after being on this trip for so long.
Yeah.
And people stop and they're like, hey, I love your videos. Can we take a picture? Stuff like that. That is so much fun. Hearing what it is that people are actually listening to and getting to show people new things. Like, I can't tell you how many times people stop and they're like, what should I hear? I like this and this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you should go to this booth.
Yeah,
You
it's
should go
not
to
just
this
people
booth.
coming up and saying, "Oh, can I have a picture with you?" or something. It's, "Hey, I've got this to suspend. I like this kind of stuff. What should I go and try? There's so much here." Because that's the thing with Munich is there is so much stuff that, especially if you're just going for 2 days, you can't see everything.
It's impossible.
But it's just always so awesome to see how enthusiastic people are, not just in the community, but in the industry as well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just being able to talk to people. I spent about an hour with Cedric, the CEO of Focal, just talking about funk music. And just swapping tunes, and that was great. There's so many people here who are so into what they're doing, and would not want to be doing anything else.
I don't think I walked into a room and didn't see people that were enjoying themselves.
The social part, I think we say it every time, but it's true. Seeing the people is the best thing.
It really is.
You can't stop smiling. I've been smiling half this video.
If you don't go to a show for some of the audio things, I would recommend at least going for the sense of community, for getting to be around and interact with other audiophiles and just have a good time. Yeah, you get to try lots of interesting things, but you also learn so much from the people here, from the people that make the products, and you get a much bigger picture of like why they do what they do and how they do it and what they do it for. It really is something incredible that you can't find anywhere else in the world. Well, like this video, like down below, comment letting me know what you want to see in the future, maybe at a show that we'll hopefully see you at. If you want to get active in the community, get the forums or Discord, both available. Link in the video description. As always, don't forget to stick around and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. Until the next one, guys. Peace. Good?
That was good.
I liked it.
Nice stuff.